After 70, walking less for just a few days means your body starts declining and you do not even notice. You think you are just resting. But the truth is, every time you choose to sit instead of walk, your body loses a little more muscle, balance, and vitality. A New York cardiologist warns, the issue is not walking less. The issue is replacing it with two seemingly harmless habits, habits that weaken your body so much faster. In this video, you will learn the exact two things people over 70 do that cause stiff joints, poor blood flow, and a soaring stroke risk. Plus, the simple yet powerful solution to reclaim your flexibility, independence, and energy every single day. And the best part? No running or jumping required. Just a few gentle steps each day can truly change everything. So hit that subscribe button for more tips on living a long, healthy, quality life. And now let's get to our first warning, a familiar habit that weakens millions of seniors daily without them ever knowing. Sitting too long causes rapid muscle and joint decay. You think healthy rest means lying down more in your golden years, but that very chair could be sending you to the hospital or taking away your ability to stand up for good. After 70, the greatest danger is not growing weaker. It is sitting too much. Sitting all morning, then lying down all afternoon feels like a natural part of aging. But that routine is silently stripping the strength from your bones and muscles bit by bit. Major studies in America, from the Mayo Clinic to Harvard, have confirmed it. Sitting for more than 8 hours daily, especially without moving, can increase your risk of joint decay, muscle loss, and even early death. On par with smoking. The longer you sit, the slower blood flows, the tighter your knees, hips, and back become, turning the simple act of standing up into a daily struggle. Caroline, a 79-year-old from Oregon, used to believe that more rest would preserve her health. She would sit on her sofa from dawn till dusk, getting up only for meals or the bathroom. One day, trying to rise from the couch, she felt her knee give out. She collapsed, fracturing her hip. Her doctor did not blame her age, but said one thing: your body got weak because you let it sit for too long. Sitting for hours causes the large muscles in your thighs, glutes, and back, your foundation for walking steadily, to shrink and weaken. This not only makes you more likely to fall, but it means recovering from any injury will take more than twice as long compared to someone who stays active. The fix is simpler than you think. Every 30 minutes you sit, get up and walk gently for 2 to 3 minutes. Roll your shoulders, stretch your legs, or just do a few simple stand-ups from your favorite chair. If you are watching TV, use the commercial breaks to do some light movements. It is a small habit with huge long-term rewards: better circulation, less muscle strain, and flexible joints. Ask yourself, how many times have you stood off a day? If the answer is, I can't even remember, then it is time to move. Do not let your body silently waste away in a chair. Stand up, not just to walk, but to hold on to your freedom and vitality for all the days ahead. And if you think about it, you will realize one of the biggest culprits keeping you seated is the television. You think you are just unwinding when you watch TV. But if you sit still for 3 hours straight, the blood in your legs could be forming clots, ready to harm you without any warning. Old age often brings quiet afternoons in front of the television. But that seemingly innocent habit is secretly damaging your heart and your brain, especially when you sit for hours on end without shifting, stretching, or moving at all, just staring at the screen, one episode after the next. Doctors from the American Heart Association warn people who watch over 4 hours of TV a day have a nearly 80% higher risk of blood clots, strokes, and heart disease than those who are active. Sitting still for too long slows circulation, especially in your legs, making clots more likely to form. And if one of those clots travels to your heart or lungs, the outcome can be devastating. Larry, an 81-year-old from Texas, loved his old television shows. He could watch for 5-6 hours straight, only getting up for food. One evening, he noticed his leg was slightly swollen and tight, and he felt short of breath. At the hospital, he was diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis, a common problem for people who are sedentary, especially seniors. He was lucky to get help in time, but his doctor warned him if he kept up his old habits, the risk of it happening again was extremely high. What is worrying is the TV does not just keep you seated, it also tricks you into losing track of time. You might think you have only been sitting for a moment, but suddenly 3 or 4 hours have gone by. And all that time, your blood flow slows, your heart pumps more weakly, and your brain is not getting enough oxygen to stay sharp. But you do not have to give up your favorite programs. The solution is simple. Set a timer for every 30-45 minutes as a reminder to stand up, walk a few steps, or stretch your arms and legs. You could even watch while standing or do some heel raises and march in place while your show is on. This not only keeps your blood moving, it also helps reduce eye strain and keeps you feeling more alert. Remember, you do not have to ditch your TV habit. Just be smarter about how you watch. Because if you do not move, eventually your body will stop moving too. And that is something none of us wants at this age. And frankly, watching television is just one part of a bigger issue. When you are inactive for long stretches, your entire cardiovascular, nervous, and circulatory systems pay the price. Many people over 70 suffer a stroke, not from disease, but because they simply sit too much. And by the time you feel one side of your face go numb, or you cannot lift a glass of water, it could be too late. After 70, your body isn't as nimble as it once was, but that is no excuse to stop moving. In fact, this is precisely when staying active becomes your most important shield against one of old age's greatest threats, a stroke. The sad part is so many seniors think, I am resting to save my energy, when their bodies are desperate for movement to keep blood flowing and their brains fully nourished. According to the American Stroke Association, sedentary seniors have more than double the risk of a stroke compared to those who walk or do light exercise just 3 times a week. A stroke happens when oxygen-rich blood to the brain gets cut off. And when you sit too much, your heart works less efficiently and blood vessels tighten, making this far more likely. Richard, a 78-year-old in Michigan, had been quite active during his career. But after retiring, he spent most days reading, watching TV, and only walked when he had to. One morning while making coffee, one side of his face went numb, his arm felt weak, and he could not speak clearly. He had a minor stroke, thankfully caught early and treated quickly. But his doctor was blunt. If he continued being so sedentary, the next time he might not be so lucky. The great news is, you do not need intense workouts or long runs to prevent a stroke. Just 20-30 minutes of walking daily, a few gentle stretches for your arms and legs in the morning and evening, is enough to boost circulation, lower blood pressure, and get more oxygen to your brain. The key is consistency without long breaks. Those small acts are how you tell your body, I am still in control here, and I plan on keeping it that way. Do not wait for a stroke to take action. Let every step, every small daily movement be the silent guardian of your heart and your mind. Because everyone wants to live a long life, but living a healthy, sharp life to the very end is what truly matters. If you're still with me and getting something out of this, drop a 3 in the comments so I know. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you won't miss what's next. Your support is what helps us create more helpful and inspiring content like this. And when it comes to movement, you do not always have to go for or push hard. Sometimes just a few gentle daily stretches can make an incredible difference. You think being inactive just makes you a bit stiff. But if you skip stretching every day, there might come a time when you need someone to help you get dressed, scratch your back, or you may not even be able to get out of a chair on your own. So many people over 70 think, I don't need much exercise, just resting and doing light chores is fine. But they miss something crucial. Every joint, every muscle in your body, if not gently moved each day, will slowly seize up like an old unopened door. And when you try to walk, bend down, or reach for something, every movement becomes a painful, difficult chore. According to the U.S. National Institute on Aging, joint stiffness is a leading reason why seniors lose their ability to live independently. When joints are not stretched regularly, the fluid that keeps them lubricated decreases, causing more friction, pain with movement, and eventually arthritis and muscle atrophy. Helen, an 83-year-old from Minnesota, was very active in her youth. But after her husband passed away, she stayed home more, became isolated, and moved less. One day she reached up to a shelf for a box of cereal and felt her shoulder completely lock up. At the hospital, her doctor diagnosed her with a classic case of frozen shoulder caused by prolonged inactivity. The simple act of raising her arm now required months of physical therapy. The truth is, you do not need to go anywhere or use any special equipment. Just spend 5 to 10 minutes every morning gently rotating your wrists, lifting your arms, bending your knees, and circling your ankles. These small, slow, consistent movements will help wake up your joints, get blood flowing to your muscles, and leave your body feeling noticeably lighter and more agile. If you are sitting for a while, be sure to stretch out your legs, shake out your wrists, or roll your shoulders. You might think it's such a small thing, but those small things are the very key to keeping your joints from freezing up over time. Do not wait until you need help getting dressed, bending over, or stepping through a doorway to realize you have lost your flexibility. Every time you stretch, you are reminding your body, I'm still using you, and I am not going to let you go. Start today to hold on to the softness, freedom, and independence in every single movement. And if skipping stretches makes your joints stiff, walking less will weaken your muscles with each passing day, especially in your legs. You think as long as you can still walk, you are fine. But if you take fewer steps each day, a morning may come when you no longer have the strength to get out of bed, and it will come without warning. After 70, many people do not realize that the body weakens not from age, but from a lack of walking. When you sit more and walk less, the muscles in your legs, especially your thighs and hips, begin to waste away. And one day you struggle to step up a curb, you feel shaky after a few steps, and then you start to fear going out. That is when the vicious cycle begins. The more you fear walking, the less you walk, and the more you risk a fall than ever before. Research from the University of California shows that seniors who walk fewer than 2,000 steps a day are twice as likely to suffer from muscle decline, poor balance, and falls compared to those who walk a moderate to high amount. Every step you take is not just exercise. It is how your body maintains its muscular and nervous systems and its sense of balance in the world. Paul, a 75-year-old from Colorado, had always been healthy and independent, but after a mild bout of the flu, he stayed home more and walked less. After a few weeks, he noticed his legs felt weak and he was unsteady while brushing his teeth or cooking. Less than 3 months later, he fell while getting his mail. His doctor's conclusion: his leg muscles had weakened severely simply because he stopped walking enough. The danger is this: muscle loss is silent, but by the time you notice it, it is often too late. Unlike a cold or a headache, muscle decline happens quietly, with no pain or fever, but it leaves devastating consequences for your future mobility. So please start walking gently every day, even just around the house, in the yard, or through the grocery store. Set a small goal, 5 minutes at a time, a few times a day. You can also do chair stand-ups, march in place, or walk slowly around the room to music. Every time you move your feet, you are protecting your legs from weakness, from falls, and from depending on others. Do not think I can still walk is good enough. Ask yourself, how much am I walking? How often? And do I tire easily? Because as soon as you start walking less, your body also starts to retreat, and regaining that strength is so much harder. So do not let your muscles walk away when all you have to do is get up and walk. Maybe you no longer take the stairs 3 at a time like you used to, but that gentle walk tomorrow morning could be the first step toward reclaiming the life you thought was gone. Those little things, they seem so normal, but they are a signal that says, I still want to live well for one more day. Whether you are 70 or well beyond, that vitality is still there, an ember, waiting to be rekindled. Just by stretching your arms and legs a little each morning, by standing up for a walk around the house, or simply by turning off the TV early to sit on the porch and breathe, you will find your body can still heal, it can still be nimble, and it can still surprise you in the kindest of ways. If anything in this video made you smile or made you want to get up right now, please send it to a friend so you can both protect your health together, starting with the smallest steps. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself, one day and one step at a time.